Facebook. Hey, how y'all doing this evening? Over here, close to the Philadelphia area, it's raining, but here with y'all tonight, to discuss a little bit about the book, questions and answers. Gonna be free in the chat. Wait for y'all to come on in, see some viewers logging in. I appreciate that. Viewers logging in, come on in. I'm excited as usual, you know what I mean? Very seldom do I have a bad day, but it's all good. Hey, Erica. Oh my God. Yeah, I posted in the story. Yeah, I know Instagram. Well, Instagram, I'm not going live over there, but I did it over here. Yeah, you're right. I'm so sorry. Should have told you. I'm so sorry, Erica. I appreciate, your support. You've been a real good support. I appreciate you actually on the Facebook side, versus the Instagram. Instagram is good, but it seemed like, I've been with a flow with Facebook for so long that I'm still learning a lot on Instagram, but thank you. Yeah, I appreciate you forgiving me. You said, why did I tell you? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Erica. Appreciate it. You say, yeah, thank you for the forgiveness. All right, appreciate it. Hey, Brandy, what's going on? All right, Brandy. All right, yeah, okay. Seems like everybody in good spirits today. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Everybody in good spirits, everybody coming through and showing their support. This thing is powerful. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's a lot. I'm here to give updates. Like if y'all got comments. I know a lot of people have read the book, which is a great thing. It excites me, that people, will be excited about, hearing my life story and things I've been through. It was some, funny, then there was some, things that were absolutely serious in there. But it's all good though. It's all good. Brandon, I see y'all laughing. Erica laughing. Okay, I see y'all just laughing. Yeah, so yeah, so it must be a happy Tuesday, happy Taco Tuesday or something. What is it? $2 Tuesdays? But yeah, absolutely. But yeah, everything has been great. Like I said, with people, buying the book, checking it out. I definitely encourage everyone to support, tell everybody else to go and buy the book as well. Even if you have to send an email through Amazon, to help somebody get the book, that'd be highly appreciated too. Because not only can you purchase the book for yourself, but you can also share with other people. Purchase the book again, of course, but that'd be a great thing. And on top of that, it's just like I said, it's been amazing. You all have been reading the book and been leaving your reviews. I understand. I know somebody had mentioned something about, hey, how come the reviews are not posting up yet? Well, a lot of reviews are going to post like on the 16th, so I'm going to be posting things for that as well. Where we might even have like a book review type of party, maybe via Zoom. Not sure yet, but I'm going to be sure to definitely tell you what's going on. Appreciate that. Brandy, what you say? Testimony Tuesday. Yeah, Testimony Tuesday. I guess that maybe one day that's what we gotta do. Just get a bunch of people here on live and we'll just share, the things that we've, overcome. That's a good thing. I appreciate that. All right. Let me see here. Yeah, so go ahead. If y'all got any questions, anything, that's leading, towards the book. Like I said, I'm just, I'm staying in contact, engaged with you all, just to again, hold up, give me 1 second. I'm staying engaged so that you all will be informed of everything that's going on. Like I said, as far as with the book, I know some people, inbox, some people was asking me, hey, what about this part of the book and that part of the book and this, that, and the third? And I'm like, look, like I can answer a lot, but like I said, responding to 100 inboxes, that's tough. That's pretty tough. So yeah, so if y'all got any little questions or anything, y'all go ahead, drop in the chat, let me know. Um, Again, like sometimes I get on here, I speak about um I've been speaking about like different little chapters, until you guys come in with questions and things to that nature. Um, I know that one that somebody had mentioned next me about um who's this, Mr. Harry? Okay. There you go, Mr. Harry. Okay, hey there. Oh, Mr. Harry said, I want to buy your book, my friend. Where can I find your old friend Clemens? You're a great man. Yes, indeed. I appreciate that. Hey, listen, you can definitely go on and find it on at KeenanHudson.com. You can go on there. You can register this on Amazon. It gets you right through. Right now, like I said, it's on Kindle, but on January 16th, the actual physical copy will come out. So I'm gonna be dropping some links down there when you guys are asking questions and stuff. But I'll definitely be getting with you. Even send me an inbox, matter of fact, and we'll go from there as well. Okay. Okay, Brandy McQueen. Okay. Oh, here go my pot. Hold on, Brandy. I'm gonna get to your question. Here my pot right here. Now it's my pot. You know what I'm saying? We want to punch you in the head sometime, but you know. But he said good evening, son. Sky's the limit. True. All right. So Brandy raises a question. It says, as a soon to be author, how did it make you feel getting support from family, not getting support from family and friends you know? Wow, that's powerful. That's a powerful question you raised right there, Brandy. How did I feel, right? How did it make me feel not getting support from family and friends that I know? Wow. So, first off, I got to say that I don't put trust in man, period. I can sit here and tell you that there were a lot of people that I thought would support. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of people that I thought that would be there, but I couldn't focus on that. I couldn't focus on, who bought the book, who didn't, why they didn't support, why this, why that. Because again, man will fail you. People will fail you all the time. So I couldn't base that upon, like, oh, yeah, well, if this person don't support me, this person's not my friend anymore. Or I'm gonna delete this person. I'm gonna do that. Yeah, it's plenty of people, that's gonna be, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna look at your, they're gonna look at your posts, they're gonna scroll past your posts, they're not gonna support, they're not gonna like it, even though they see it, but that it's just life. Is there plenty of pastors that I thought would support me? Would go buy a book, share it, this, that, and third. Yeah, absolutely. But did they do it? No. They're like friends that say, "Yeah, what's up?" This, that, and the third, or come to me, on the strength when they need something. Do you think that they would do it? No. But it's not even about me throwing that in any of the pastors' faces or any of the so-called teachers and mentor faces. I'm not here to do that. I mean, sometimes you can feel some type of way if people don't go out and support you. You can feel some type of way because you would think like, wow, how much sacrificing I've done for you, and you can't even like buy a $1.99 book, or a $2 book, and just saying, hey, listen, hey, this is good. But again, it's okay because that it was only probably, you know, now I'm not can't even say it's probably more than a handful of people. Yeah, absolutely. More than a handful of people. But the people that supported outside of that outweighed all of that. You know what I mean? Again, I don't put trust in man. My trust is in God. Like I don't care, if a person doesn't, want to support me with the book or with anything I do. It's okay. I don't even hold a grudge. Like I don't even do that. Somebody mentioned to me the other day, well, how come Pastor So then, hey, it's not my fault. It's all right. I'm all right. It's cool. So again, I advise you, as like you said, you mentioned that you're soon to be author. Um, again, nobody has to support you. Nobody. Nobody has to. People don't owe us anything. That's why I think it's a plus when people do support you, which is a great thing. But again, it's gonna be some people, family, I got a lot of family that didn't even support me, didn't even support the book, didn't even buy the book. It's all right. I can laugh at it. You wanna know why? Because I'm still standing. You wanna know why? Because I made it from the bottom. You wanna know why? Because I was able to do it without them. Not saying that you don't need family or anything. I'm not saying that. But my thing is, if you could come out change your life, work from the bottom, surpass every last one of them. You can't. It's nothing to argue about. You waste your time trying to waste your breath saying, because some people get on Facebook and they'll say, "Oh, well, family not supporting me. Oh, yeah, I'm opening this business and nobody supporting me. Why are they doing this? Why are they doing that? This, that, and the third." But again, we can't sit here and ponder upon that because it's going to be strangers that'll probably do the most supporting. That's like totally that's the brutal truth. Like a lot of strangers will do more for you than your own family will or close friends will. And then at the same time, hey, how you doing there, Miss Stephanie? Thank you for getting on. Hey there. We were just talking about how close friends, um, she was asking that as she's going to be a soon to be author, but how did it make me feel when I wasn't getting support from certain friends, family and friends? How did it make me feel? And I would tell her, you can't depend on that. It's going to be the people that you least expected to support you. Then you might have some people, right? They may have something. They may be having like some things going on, but then they may not even support a small business, or they might not. For instance, they might not even support my posts. Like it's people that I've supported. I've supported a lot of different businesses. I've donated, but it's not for me to brag about. But I see that they don't bother with mine. They scroll past me, but I'm not going to argue that because what I do. Whether you like it or not, it's not going to affect me none. I don't do social beef. Like I don't beef on social media. I don't get upset. In the past I've seen why people do it, but at the same time, you don't air, your public, your personal and stuff like that. I mean, I put my personal out. I'm not ashamed of anything. I don't gotta hide anything. Period. I don't have to hide it. I don't have to sugarcoat. I respect people. I give it, because I know that it's due. Because respect is due to a dog. And I definitely believe in that. And at the same time, like I said, a lot of you that are consistent, definitely. I know some people that didn't make it. Like Stephanie, Brandon, my pop, Steph, Lisa Mills, all of them. They've been really supportive. A lot of people. There's a lot of supporters out there. Some may not have Facebook, as well, but for the ones that do hear this and know me, that have been sort of I appreciate that. But then it's a lot that may it's onlookers that they know you, but they'll look at your book from the side and try to see if somebody else didn't like it. I'm not going to like it. But that's just life. That's how people are. But one thing I'm not going to do, I'm not going to beg anybody to be my friend. I'm not going to beg anybody, hey, buy my. I'm not going to beg you. No, that absolutely not. I didn't come this far from begging. I came this far from getting up off my ASS and getting two things out here. Period. And I'm not going to allow near not nobody to stop me from doing that. Like I said, not no friend, not no family, not no pastor, no church. No, nah. You're not going to stop me from doing anything. You see what I'm saying? So okay, I see. I'm go back to questions. Such a great. I appreciate it, Brandy. Brandy's been a good support. You said in your book, you mentioned that it's important that someone get out and try and process what the loss of life means in their future. What did it mean to you? Okay, who's this? Marva. Okay, Marva. And read it one more time. It says in the book you mentioned that it's important for someone to get out and try and process what the loss of life means to their future. What did it mean to you? Wow. I'm trying to understand it in which way. Um so when you mentioned that, they should getting out and trying to process, like, see some people, especially that returns to society, a lot of times people just try to not necessarily pick up where they left off, but try to see what they missed out on. But then in reality, everything is still the same in a way. It's just people, got older, people moved on, people have kids, everything changed, but inside, again, your mental is still stuck from what you remember from the last time you've been out on the street. So when people do come out, and they don't want to, take that risk of, trying to at least be legit, go to work, even if you got to start from minimum wage, knowing that things are going to grow over time. I knew that I had nobody to come home to. Like, even though I have family, my family wasn't, their mindset wasn't right. They weren't living right. So it's like, I'm not getting in the middle of that. I got things to achieve in life, So the thing was, I had to trust that process. I had to really know that and have faith that over time it was going to come. I was on a podcast yesterday. Shout out to Kenny Allen Thomas. I was on his podcast yesterday, and we had spoke about these things, and he was like, "Wow, you did that, in a 6 year span, all the things you've accomplished." But don't get it twisted. That wasn't no easy task. Now, like I mentioned before, I've always paid my bills. I've had things, on time, never late payment, nothing like that. But I had to be humbled through that process. Like I mentioned before, a lot of times, I had to walk in the rain. I had to, catch public transportation, SEPTA. I had to, walk to work early mornings and night down North Philly, Hunting Park. Like really, I had to get up 3 in the morning just to get work on time and things like that. Walking, like it wasn't tough because I was built for it mentally and I was built for it physically. So trusting that process was very important. You know what I'm saying? So it's deep though. She says, if your message changes the life of one, I will say it's a success. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Appreciate that. I hope that answered your question too, Marva. Yeah, okay, Brandy. Period. Absolutely. So again, yeah, like I say, trusting that process, not giving up. Because it's even people that, like I say, that's been living life out here that has never been incarcerated, that has never went to jail, that, they're still out here trying to find their way. I mean, again, some people haven't been taught, but that's what we're working on now. You're working on things, different strategies, different platforms, so we can help people to understand what it is to, you know, understand the fundamentals and the foundations of life. How many people we know, you ask them like certain key pointers in life, and 9 times out of 10, they'll tell you that they're jacked up. If you ask somebody about, for instance, which is common, how's your credit? A lot of times, most people were not taught how to leverage it the correct way. They probably taught how to get it, but they weren't taught to, hey, there's a formula that you use to control it. But then, you might ask somebody, how's your living quarters? How do you purchase a house? Have you ever purchased or, but then that all leads back to finance, knowing that the world, the currency is based around the dollar, So it's like, if you can't manage that well, how you going to manage life if that's what you need, to be alive and unless you have somebody you're living off of, but like I said, I didn't have anyone to live off of. My mother's house was taken. I was in prison. My mother's house was taken back in 2006, due to negligence, and the taxes not being paid. But again, I didn't allow that to stop me. I had to say, look, even if you got to go to a halfway house, if you got to go to a shelter, all that was part of my program. I had written down like, look, I don't know how you gonna do it, but you're gonna do it though. But again, I shared some things in the book of how I overcame. Here goes, and what you say? Okay, and that what is the new needed to do to become the people you are now, to become the person you are now. Yeah, absolutely. You gotta go through the storm. That's the only way you're going to grow. You're going to grow through those trials and through those tribulations. That's how you grow. You know what I mean? Absolutely, Brandy. They need your help. Absolutely, I appreciate it. Yeah, we need each other's help. That's what we do. We support and uplift each other. It can't just be, a one-sided thing. You know, um, again, there are a lot of people, like you said, who need help. But we're not to look down on them. It's more so, trying to help them get to that next level, to level up and try to, get somewhere whereas they're comfortable in life. Because let's just be real. It's a lot of people will ask, "Hey, are you content of where you are in life right now?" And a lot of people say no. But my thing is, how long has your condition been that way? That's a big, big question. Like, how long has your condition been that way? And if you say, well, I've been living in my mom's basement for 20 years, it's like you really set in ways. You never grew, So yeah, absolutely. Reach one, teach one. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right, Stephanie. Appreciate it. Yeah, so but like you said, reach one, teach one. Helping, especially the youngers. Like I said, the youthful, the young kids is very important. I mentioned that the other time. I said, yo, how many people, kids, like when you look at kids, they consider a kid grown when they're 18. Like, kids are not ready to move out of house when they're 18 years old. They don't know nothing. You never taught them to pay a bill. You taught them to be in school. So to me, the brain really doesn't develop until like the age of 25. If you ask me, to the age the brain. I mean, you have a lot of smart kids out here, don't get it twisted. But a lot of times if they're not taught, the right lessons, they're just lost. They're lost, in the sauce. So yeah, go ahead. Any more questions of the book? Anything? Go ahead. I hope that's answering your questions. If not, y'all could drop something else in the chat. Let me know how I'm doing. Just let me know whatever questions you want me to answer. But yeah, so like I said, being in the what do you say, Stephanie? You said even the smart ones lose their way. And that's true too. A lot of smart ones, a lot of good kids lose their way. Sometimes they fall victim to peer pressures. They fall victim to, depression. It's a lot of mental health issues that a lot of people go through as well that people don't really speak on. And anybody can go through the depression. That's real. That's very serious. Mental depression, that is real. People go through it a lot. Maybe some good people. But again, that refers back to what I referred to in the last podcast is what you got to be careful how you treat people. You got to be very careful because you never know what a person is going through. I've seen some people, go through some things. You may not see it. They be the most beautiful people. You'll be like, wow, but they actually go through some breakdowns. They don't want to survive. Like I just seen a brother that I had grew up with. He posted on Facebook. Um, Waldo, if you're listening to me right now, man, you keep your head up. He said, y'all pray for my soul. I'm saying goodbye to everybody. It's somebody I grew up. He's actually older than me. Waldo's he pushing like 40. But I remember him being around the way where he was at. And he was just saying that. And it's like, wow, you never know what a person is going through in their mind. So you have to be kind and try to treat people the way you want to be treated. You know, absolutely. Hey Dana, how you doing? Oh, you made it. Yeah, I was making sure. Yeah, because I told I text Mark too. I told you, Mark, yo, I'm live 7 o'clock, and I seen you made it. Last time I don't know what happened, Dana. I know I really appreciate you, Dana. But we was having a live chat. If you have any questions about the book, I appreciate it, Dana. You just throw it straight in. You ask your little questions and stuff like that. Indeed. But yeah, yeah, absolutely. Like I said, even standing back to the question when Brandy was saying, how come, how do you feel um if certain people don't support you, whether it be family or friends? And again, That was like one of the most key questions there. And that was like, wow, you can't feel no type of way, even though the average person will. But if you used to not being supported by your family, it doesn't mean nothing. If you used to not being supported by, people that you thought was your friend, it doesn't mean nothing. But now it does mean something, like especially when, like I mentioned earlier, it may be people um that you may have sacrificed for, or you may have, and not saying you look for anything in return, but you'll be like that. Like it'd be nice, if you could support or do this, and that, like I said, that goes for a lot everybody. It goes for family, friend, go for pastors. You know what I mean? It's just like that. Like but it's all good. You can't dwell on it. You can't dwell on. You can't say you can't do an eye for eye. You can't do eye for eye. Like, oh well, you didn't support me. I ain't gonna, or I'm gonna scroll past your post, or I'm not gonna like it, or I ain't gonna do this. I ain't gonna do that. All right. Well, even if you don't like it, like I'm not even gonna say, oh, I'm not gonna be your friend no more. Even though some people will do that. Oh, I'm not your friend no more, so I'm gonna delete you off Facebook. What type of kid stuff is that? Like who social beefs? Like who does that? But that's what people do. So it's deep. Okay, Miss Stephanie, what you say? You said a little love and a little kindness goes a long way. Yes, it does. Humility does too. Staying humble does a lot as well. Okay, congrats. Thank you, Miss Catrice. Miss Catrice, Miss Catrice. Miss Catrice actually was my, what grade did you teach me in, Miss Catrice? Was it fourth grade? Fourth grade one. I know she had me and my cousin Bianca in there. Miss Catrice, we go way back. Yeah, y'all be surprised that, oh, fifth grade, that she remember. I was getting fights left and right in school. We was up there at where was we at? Winmore Montessori. Was it Winmore? Winmore, or was it Wincote? Wincote Christian Academy, I think. So I forget what school that was. But I know my mom took me out of there because they said paying tuition. They said you ain't gonna be you ain't gonna be wasting my money paying tuition going to this place. But I really took my hand to my mother and them, because they really did. They tried to, for me at least too, but with all the kids that came up in my generation, like me, Bianca, Lisa, Kia, Kevin, um, uh, like Juggy and Little Mom and them, they are under me. But for those, at least that generation right there, they always try to do the best, like for us. And I believe that's why that generation, we all sprouted in some type of way. Even though I know I took a different route, but we all sprouted in some type of way. But yeah, they always like tried to put us in certain things. Like I said, they put me in Incarnation, any of these little schools they was trying to pay tuition with. I was always getting kicked out because I was always getting in fights and stuff. So, but still, I still thank God, that even though I've been through what I've been through, I still came out doing things. Yeah, Miss Catrice, yeah, it was Winmore Montessori. I don't know if that school's still open, but yeah, I remember that school like the back of my hands. With Miss Catrice. She was like the best. She was a good teacher. You know what I mean? Now, and I think I used to get all hundreds in there too. I ain't never failed. See, I was smart. See, a lot of people don't understand. I was a smart person. I was a smart person, right? I just used to act a fool. I was smart. Like my brother was smart too. Don't get it twisted. My brother was very smart. He went to, like I said, he went to Central, graduated from Bloomsburg. He and anybody know those schools, those are some good schools. But me, I was always getting kicked out. I mean, I had ADHD. They was trying to get me Ritalin and all that stuff, but I was still hyper. And a lot of times they used to give me the Ritalin. My mom and they know, but I used to spit the Ritalin out in the water fountain. That's why I was still hyper. They thought it could control me. But yeah, I was a smart wolf. Yeah, you said your family never gave up. Yeah, I appreciate it, Miss Catrice. You're right. They haven't. They haven't. They definitely haven't. Okay, Dr. Joyce, how you doing? You can purchase the book. So right now it's still on Kindle. So you can actually go to the website, KeenanHudson.com. You can purchase it on Kindle for right now. On the 16th of January, the actual physical book is actually going to be coming out. So you can actually go on there now, and then you can purchase it. You can check it out. It's for the advanced reader. ran his reader campaign, which is going to be great. And then, like I said, I'm gonna be making announcements where we're all going to get on and we're going to be concerned about the reviews and things like that to that nature. We'll get on that. All right. Thank you so much, Doctor. I appreciate that. All right. What we got here? You were smart. You never gave me any problem. You just messed with the children. Yeah. I used to always be a troublemaker, acting crazy. You know what I mean? I was always number one. You know what I mean? Yeah. Number one. See, people take that as arrogance. Look, I'm confident. So if you taking my confidence for arrogant, hey, I don't know what to tell you. But anywhere on a court, football, basketball, whatever, wherever it's going to be a competitive situation, if you tell me you want an event planned, I'm gonna make sure we're there on time. We're gonna make sure things are on point. I don't do that late stuff. I'm very punctual. I'm right to the point. If we're doing business, if you ask for $100, I'm not gonna give you 99. No, it's gonna be $100 in your pocket. And that I treat people the way I want to be treated. So if people can't take that, that seriousness, you can't. It's more like I say, it's confidence. I'm very direct and assertive at times when I have to. But like I said, I get back. It's like all this stuff, but I'm real good person though. All right, here we go. All right, Jennifer. This is my cousin Jennifer. She said, question, in the book you mentioned you felt the need to keep quiet, but allowed your co-defendant to tell their unspoken truth. Why didn't you just start telling your side of the story at the beginning? You felt as though you would be a rat telling or loyalty for the code of streets. This is an excellent question, Jennifer. Excellent question. And the reason why, and like you just said, there was a code of the streets. There was a code of the streets saying, oh no, you're not supposed to tell, and you got to keep your mouth shut, this, that, and the third, which was cool. And that's what it was at the beginning. At the beginning, it was be quiet, don't say nothing. When I went on a run, now I was then now mind you that the crime happened at up my grandma's way up in West Oak Lane. That happens up my grandma's way. But me personally, I was living down Logan. So when I went on a run down Logan, they weren't supposed to know. Well, if everybody kept their mouth shut, they weren't supposed to know where I was at. They wasn't supposed to know who took place in the crime. But however, what happened was I kept my mouth shut, but then what happened was they started doing further investigation. If y'all read in the book, if y'all seen the affidavit, if y'all seen the affidavits at the end, you'll see affidavits at the end where everything lined up to the reasonable cause of arrest. So if you notice that all the so-called friends, as you said, Jennifer, everybody, going with the street code, the so-called friends, that they started popping, all of them started turning around, pointing at me. Oh, he did it. He did it. This and third. He did it. Oh, yeah. No, he was with us. Yeah, this and the third. But here it is. They wasn't supposed to know who I was because they kept their mouth shut. So then here it was, my grandma, my uncle, and them, they coming in repeating almost verbatim of the things that happened. Who else would know what happened unless the people that was there? You see what I'm saying? But thank God during that time when that happened, even though I was still denying it, what happened was we was able to get a lawyer. Thank God, due to my mother's insurance money, But other than that, like you said, Jennifer, you go by that street code. Oh yeah, you're not supposed to tell us that third. But if your friends are turning around trying to tell on you, and they trying to say, oh yeah, well, yeah, you gotta be a thug in the street, this, that, and the third. What fool would sit there and and there's a lot of people in jail that's in jail for that. They didn't even commit the crime, but they turned around and told on the people anyway. Or didn't tell on the people. But the people that did the case told on them. But being as though it's the street code, oh, we ain't gonna tell, they gonna tell on me, I ain't do it. What type of crap is that? Like I'll tell you right now, I don't support that street code, that bull crap. I don't care who. Oh no, well, hey, oh well. Like that's why I was saying, like it was real specific. That's the reason why I broke it down in the book the way it did, because the media will always say things a certain way because the media don't want to. They don't want to. They don't want to sell boring paper. They don't want to give some boring information out there. They want to keep people in tune, engaged. But again, if you read the book and you read the statements and the affidavits and everything and the reasonable cause at the end of the book, an appendix that explains everything. But Jeffrey, that's a great question. That's a great question because even like you said, the co-defendant is the one that actually, pulled the trigger. Start selling from the rip. And these are supposed to be some cats that was like, they're supposed to be gangsters. Mind you, I'm the youngest one. I was 15. Everybody else was 16, 17, stuff like that. I'm running with knuckleheads, you know. But I hope that answered your question, Jennifer. But that was a powerful thing. Like I said, and like I said, it's written in the book. When you read that, how that played out. That's why I tell a lot of youth today, the kids that I speak to today, I say, listen, when you're running with these kids and you're not thinking of your consequences of your actions, hey, best believe they're going to be the first that's going to point the finger at you. They're going to, yes, they are going to tell on you. You may think they're your homies. No, they're going to tell on you. They haven't been in the penal system. They haven't been, upstate. They haven't been through that process before. So they better, yeah, yeah, yeah. If you haven't been through it, don't sit here and try to say, oh, yeah, no, I never. Yeah, okay. You say that now until you start crying home to mommy and you have nobody to go to or nobody's going to write you. Your girl's with somebody else. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of that mess going on. But, again, all right, let's go to another question. All right, no problem, doctor. Appreciate it. Thank you, Dana. Awesome book. Let's get to another question. Okay, it says, you becoming a man in prison. Was it hard to use your discernment well and find a mentor? Also, do you think it's important to have one in prison and when returning home? Um So from the rip though, like you got to remember, see, I didn't trust after like all this stuff started happening, like with the case and and co-defense, telling and stuff like that. It's just been real like from there on up, it's just been like I've been real cautious about trusting people. Even being turned on, you may think people are your homies, but then the same people will try to set you up, try to get you robbed, or the same people that's talking to you try to stab you up, set you up with a shout. Like it's different things. Whereas, you really um begin not to trust people. So what happened was, so I began, like I said, I began to isolate, I began to do me. I would go to school, especially when I went upstate, go to school, doing certain things. But a lot of times the good mentors are the ones who've been let me turn this phone off real quick. The good mentors are the ones who've been down for a long time and probably not coming home. Those are some of the best men. Like one of my top mentors, one of the people that really helped me out a lot, just in general, like talking life, was Chucky Africa and my old head, Sharif Johnson. He's a thorough old head. Even Chuck, you may see Chuck on here too. Chuck and them was good, but a lot of them would speak like real thorough things, just in general, of life. But at the same time, you still don't get too close to people. You don't get, I didn't never get real close with people, because over time, like I said, even though a lot of people knew who I was, even when I went to like Albion, because I was like, I played music. So usually when you play music, you're like a spotlighted person, especially if you play music over in the church, because that's where a lot of people came. I'm talking about Muslims came there, Buddhists, everybody came there because that was a meeting place to even pass off like, cigarettes and stuff like that, but I won't go into that. But where it was, so being as though a lot of people would always look to me, I was actually mentoring a lot of people as well. So, but it's good to always have a mentor because they can pretty much give you a view of what you're about to go through. You can't just deal with you can't deal with just anybody, but you got to deal with somebody that's been through the ropes already. And then even coming home, yeah, it's important to have like some type of mentor, some type of guide. Because if you don't have a mentor, you're just like you driving a car, not knowing where your destination is. Like you're just driving. Like what are you doing? Do you know where the gas station is at? Do you know where to get your oil change? Do you know Do you know how to, pay taxes? Do you know how to file your W-2s? Do you know how to start a business? Do you know how to, you know what I'm saying? It's certain things that you need. You're going to need a mentor, just period, in life. Everybody's going to need somebody to pour into them, regardless. All right. Natasha, man, thank you so much. It says your mother was still trying to save you, even in death. Yeah, and you're right. And that was the part. I think Jennifer, she mentions a good part here because Jennifer, even in the book, when she had told Jennifer about this, she said, "Look, I'm not worried about Kevin, which is my brother." She said, "I'm not worried about him because she knew he could take care of himself because he was smart. He knew what he was doing. Even though he was just getting into college when she passed, she knew he could take care of himself. She wasn't care about my little sister because she knew that one of my aunts was going to take her in because she was younger. The only reason why she cared about me, she was worried about me, was because my mother never went anywhere without me. I was one of the kids where, yeah, I had the special attention because I had ADHD. I was always in something. I was always finding things to do. If I had that, that type of energy, Gary, I'm learning that, and this is actually in my book. Got my book, my next book right here. It's right here. It's coming out. It's wrong, but this is another book. But it's about the incarceration of the juvenile mind, the incarcerated juvenile mind before and after. And part of it speaks about the ADHD, speaks about the Peter Pan syndrome, different things. But I say that to say, putting that energy in something else. Like, say if I would have learned music when I was younger, I probably would have been a professional musician right now. But but long story short, getting back because I don't mean to do it, but yeah, my mother, yeah, she definitely tried to save me. That's why but she was worried about me because she knew how my family treated me and how they was towards me, and she knew that everybody couldn't really handle me like that. Yeah. So yeah. So like you said, they don't want to be a snitch. Yup. That's what they say, and then they wind up doing a lot of time for their own family and their own homies and stuff like that that don't even send no money or anything. Yeah, absolutely, Jen. Bless you, bro. Yo, Brian, what's going on? That's my brother B. Be nice, one of the best boxers in the city. We ran the track. We knew each other since we ran the track. We was training on the track. We was doing shadow boxing. And even that's when they had the bag down there in retreat in the basement. We were doing a lot. It was a lot of yeah, B. I appreciate it. Thanks for your support. You said you was in God's hands. He let you know when to speak. That's why you spoke the unspoken. Yeah, and that's true, Dan. That's very powerful. I really appreciate that. That's tough. That's tough. And you're right. And God, he guided my steps to speak and to write, and to share, into the world, which is powerful. Um, God bless, brother Mark. Yeah, I appreciate it. You jumped in. That's very good. Thank you. Go ahead, keep dropping your questions, y'all. I'm ready to answer anything y'all want to know. I'm ready to answer them. Like I said, I don't hold nothing back. I'm very transparent. You can share, like this video, share it to other programs, groups, people, let them know. Sometimes they got to hear this. We've been on here for what, 43 minutes now. Wow, that time was fast. All right, you came a long way, bro. Yes, sir. My man Ed was good. My homie, I'm saying? We go back high school football, George Washington Eagles. Let's go. Yeah, I mean, we was going, yeah. Hey, Ed, we was all, I was just thinking the other day, I said, yo, we were some bad kids, especially even at the practices when we all used to get on the bus. We used to crack jokes on everybody. Especially Smiley, Brian Smiley, him, Shamir, oh man, it should be all of us on there, man. We should just be acting a fool, acting crazy. But it was all good, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Okay, Miss Natasha. Okay, you said I have sons that are 13 and 16. Would you recommend your book for them? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I absolutely recommend this book. This book is a read for everybody. Every it's like literally, I don't think there's not an age cap for this book because first off, when you look at the cover, first they're going to look like, wow, yeah, that's a kid right there. Yeah, that kid was 15 years old. And like you said, from 13 to 16, these are the ranges where the peer pressure is becoming stronger. It's becoming like, wow, like I'm in high school, you're going through this, your peers, they're wearing things, they got like fresh outfits. You may not have enough money to probably afford something for them, but they're going to try to figure out how to get it. Like we used to be inside City Blue, Sunshine Blue, in these different stores, Foot Lockers. We snatching stuff and running out the store and stuff like that. We used to do that. We used to do that literally. And my thing you have to like I would share that. Like I said, I have other books that's going to come out as well. But sometimes though the books are good, but sometimes demonstrations are a demonstration is good as well. So demonstrating to them and showing them like, hey, this is not the right way to go. Sometimes and it's hard to find good mentors. It's hard to find good mentorship. So but I encourage you, yeah, please share it with them. Even see. So one of my main objectives is to try to get it in these schools. Which is actually working out a little. Is working out now, getting into the schools. So this might be a book that's going to require them to read. Just to show them, listen, one little mistake can actually it can change your life. It takes less than 30 seconds to get in trouble, but it can take you a lifetime to get out. So we got to be careful. So here it is. Like I said, you share this book with any and everybody. I appreciate that, Miss Natasha. Thank you. For sure. Yeah, you said laugh a lot. Miley, that's my guy. Yeah, he good ball. Yeah, we used to have good times in high school, man. I'm telling you, everybody was on the football team and stuff, acting crazy. Exactly, absolutely. Yeah. Okay, well, pops, you can tell. Yes, indeed. Appreciate it. I'll see y'all soon. God willing, beginning of the year. Take that drive, all right? I appreciate it. Thank you. My condolences as well. You said exactly. My son was told being smart was stupid. I'm like, no, don't listen to that. Yeah, that's absolutely true. You plant that, you keep planting that in his head. You keep drilling in his head that being smart is cool. Watching movies at home is cool. Um, reading a book is cool. So a lot of people think now, they get on this social media and then they believe, because my brother Kenny said that, he said they get on this social media, and then TikTok is your friend. This Instagram stuff is your friend. It's telling you, oh, what's to be cool and what's not. It seems like nowadays what they're saying is the things that's wrong is right and the things that's right is wrong. This is a backwards world. I told y'all before that, it's coming, it's coming down to be a selfish world out here. And if we're not careful, we don't protect our kids, from this social media crap, all this stuff. Like I say, phones are not bad. I'm not saying that they're bad. Tablets not bad. But my thing is, it's when you allow them to just venture off and do whatever they want. They got apps and stuff out there that tells people, oh yeah, well, you should commit suicide. You should do this. You should do that. Well, if your parents don't buy you this, you should go and do this or try to. It was something I seen on the news the other day where the kid got mad because the mom didn't buy him something or a video game or something, and he shot her with her gun. Like, what type of world are we living in today? So it's very important to start paying attention, and stay on them. Keep speaking life to them. See, it's a difference between, there's power in the tongue. You can speak life or you can speak death. So if you keep speaking life over them, you speak life, you speak it into existence, that will come into fruition. Even when your kids are asleep, you may have to walk past the bed and just pray for them. You know what I'm saying? It's different things. You lay hands, you let them know, look, you're gonna be something in life. Even though mommy, because it's a lot of single mothers. I mention that all the time. But mommy works hard. You let them know that. Look, I'm working hard for you. Don't give no credit to no Santa Claus and stuff like that. No, mom is working hard to get you the gifts on Christmas. You know what I'm saying? These are things that you definitely gotta, instill in them, each and every day. Um, yeah, he said he shot her because he didn't buy, yeah, a VR. That's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. It's something, and that's sad. It's sad. And then it's sad enough to even know he knows where a gun is at and things of that nature. Yeah, we're raising the world that that just don't care anymore, and it's bad. Um, yeah. So, any other questions? Any other questions? Like I said, I'm gonna try to get out of here. Around like 8 o'clock, if y'all don't mind. 8 o'clock. So we got like 10 minutes. So if y'all got any more questions, I appreciate it. Here go my cousin right here. He says, I've been through a little hell home, and I got to get my kid, bro. No doubt. Okay, cool, cool. Yeah, we'll rap later. Yeah, that's my cousin right there. We'll rap later. We'll rap later. I can't understand the question, but we'll talk. We'll rap. We'll talk. But yes, my cousin. I know he's been through a lot too. I'm actually proud of him. He changed his life. He's been staying out of prison. He got his life together doing things, street cred, little music and stuff like that. Which is great. You said you had to stop. Okay, cool, cool. Any other questions, y'all? Any other questions concerning the book? Anything's about me? Anything I'm doing? Like I said, I'm not holding back. Anything y'all want to know, I'm ready to give it to y'all. I'm ready to get up on this mic and I'm ready to go. You know what I'm saying? So absolutely. But as I mentioned, like I said, this book, it's still on Kindle right now. Like I said, still the advanced reader thing is going on. Remember, when you read the book, like at the last page of the book on the Kindle, it's going to, you can leave your review, 5 star, et cetera, et cetera. But remember that the physical book is coming out on the 16th. But remember, when you buy this book on Kindle, be sure like you can buy it for other people as well. All you need is their email address where it says to buy other people. You can share it as well. It's really good. It helps me out a lot. Just in general. Like I said, it's not even about the profit or making money. It's not about that. It's about getting the word out. It's about being cross promoted and things like that. Of giving the actual advertisement to Amazon, et cetera, et cetera. So just feel free to like I say, buy that book. Encourage people, check this out. Read it on the Kindle. Remember, when you do purchase the book, Amazon automatically gives you Kindle once you press read now. Even if you got to download the app or even if you got to look at it on the computer, but it's all good. All right, here we go. All right, Dana, you said the parents need to be parents instead of friends to the children. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I used to see that like when I was growing up, my mom didn't play. She always told me, she's like, no, look, a kid stay in a kid place. The child stays in the child place. Don't you ever be in grown-ups conversation and don't you ever interrupt. My mom used to whoop my behind if I would try to do that. Right. So again, nowadays, I think I had a friend named Terrence, my homie Terrence. I think his mom, like she used to let him smoke weed in the house. Like, what type of mother will let their kids smoke weed? Like, especially you under 18. What type of mother would let you do that? You know what I mean? And that's not cool. Like you thinking, oh yeah, it's cool for them to talk to you any type of way. It's cool for you to curse. It was a time we couldn't. I didn't curse around. You couldn't curse around my grandmother or my mother or any of them. They smacked the hell out. I used to get, I mean, and out of my whole family, I used to get the most whoopings. I used to get my behind beat. Like, I mean, I'm surprised that out of all the times when them other people when they call DHS on my like my aunts and them for beating the kids and all that. I used to beat the foster kids and stuff. And I mean, I'm sorry, but it was crazy. I used to crack up where they used to talk about it. Like, yeah, somebody beat the somebody called DHS and all that. But it used to be funny, like, wow, y'all be beating the hell out of these kids. And you expect them not to call DHS? Absolutely, they're supposed to call DHS on your behind. You're supposed to be a mandated report. They're supposed to call it on your behind. But no, I'm sorry because they used to call DHS on the left and right. They should have called them for beat. I got my behind beat. Listen, They used to beat me more than they beat their own kids. Now I can understand, like I tell in the book, I can understand my mother beating me, my grandmother beat cool. But like my aunt said, no, what? They beat me like that. Now my uncles and them never put their hands on me. They never beat me or anything. We may have fought, like me and my Uncle Chucky may have gotten in a tussle or something, but they never beat me or nothing. But my aunts, what? Beat me more than they beat their own kids. But yeah, but parents definitely have to be they gotta be parents. You gotta be strict with them. Let them know. You know, here we go. Ken Jerry was asking for the link to get the book. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna send the link. Okay, yeah, I couldn't understand the question. I appreciate it. Let me see if I can drop it in there. Um, I'm actually dropping now. I might log off in about 5 minutes, but let's get to this real quick. Um, Let me get it right here. Hold up. I'm gonna drop it in here right now. But for the most part, it's really just my name.com. You can really get in there. Just go to my name.com, KeenanHudson.com. You get right there. It's so easy. Yeah, I'll still get it to you. I dropped the link. I dropped it in the chat. You see it, Jennifer? I appreciate it. Now, all right, any last questions? Because I'm about to roll out there and I see you laughing. Probably was laughing when I was talking about that my family used to beat me more than yeah, they used to beat the hell out of me. Yeah, they should have called Bad Day reporters on their behind. You know what I'm saying? All that mess I was going through. But it was all right. I was the black sheep. It was all right, but I still came out victorious by the grace of God. I still came out victorious. So this is a lesson you got to learn right here. I want y'all to understand this. That all things work together for the good for those who love God, who are called according to his purpose. So remember that anything that you go through, whether it be up or down, whether it be good or bad, whether it be right or wrong, all of it fused together for a good purpose in your life. So the storm that you're going through is for a purpose. And never forget that. Don't let nobody talk down to you. Don't let nobody say that anything is impossible because all things are possible if you believe. I'm telling you because I transitioned and I surpassed a lot of people in 6 years. 6 years. And I'm not saying that out of arrogance, but a lot of them can't even touch me in a lot of areas in life. And it's not arrogance. Again, it's confidence. All right. So again, it's coming short on this live here. I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna calm back down, but I appreciate it. Yeah, Jeff, I see y'all. Absolutely. You said, yeah, I was a black sheep. Yeah, yeah. For they try to call you black sheep. I'm the black sheep. You know how I go, but real recognize. You know how I go. Absolute, absolute. Yeah, Brandy, absolutely. Again, like I said, I'm about to end in about 2 minutes. It's been an hour, y'all. It's been real. It's been real. It's been great, y'all. But look, I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to close out again. If y'all haven't already purchased the book, please get out and purchase. Get other people to purchase as well. I'm asking, please. Um, Again, even if there's um any questions you had, you can inbox me. I'll try to get to your inbox again. It's like I got like 150 inboxes going on, but please just get to me and we'll figure something out. It's on Kindle again. Um, then you could go, like I said, log into my website. You can go through there, get on that emailing list. We'll get things going. Absolutely. Speak that story, Jennifer. So y'all go ahead. Y'all have a good night. It's 8 o'clock. I gotta get ready. I gotta run somewhere. And then, oh my God, might not get back to about 11 o'clock, but it's all good. Excuse me. Y'all have a good night. Remember, drink your water. Water is good for you. Yeah, yeah, Steffi. Hey, it's past my bedtime. I tell everybody, look, I'm in bed 8:30, 9 o'clock, but tonight I gotta do some things. I gotta run out and stuff like that. You already know it'd be past my bedtime. For real. I'll be out. But I'll be wide awake around like 4 o'clock though. You know what I'm saying? 3 o'clock, I'll be up. What y'all be doing? Y'all be sleep. I'll be up. So I like to move when people are sleeping. When y'all laying down, when y'all sleeping, that's when I like to move around. And I shut down early when y'all out partying, having fun. Have a blessed night, Jennifer. I appreciate it. Y'all have a good night. Everybody drop like some fire in the chat. Drop some good night, some positive vibes. I want y'all to leave off, with some positive vibes here. All right. Yes, indeed. We counting this thing down last minute. All right. If y'all want to drop it, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Good night. Good night. We'll talk next time. We'll figure it out. Good night. Good night. God bless. Yes, indeed. Y'all take care. All right. And I'm about to log up out of here. All right. Y'all take care. Peace.